Yes, sir.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. Today we will start up with the next chapter that is called as coordination compounds. One of the best chapters what you can actually have for your syllabus. Okay. And trust me, it is very easy, but you need to understand the concept. Okay. And in order to understand the concept, the first thing actually you need to understand is what is meaning of a complex. Okay. Coordination complex यानी कि क्या होगा? उसकी वजह से हम क्या लेंगे? We'll take two examples here. In the first case, what shall we do is we are going to take over here a particular compound simple as, okay, we are going to take a simple compound like, let us say, okay, now everyone can see this particular compound over here. Okay, now this particular compound as what you can see over here, it is called as potash alum. Okay, so this particular potash alum what we have, this particular compound is called as a double salt. Okay, it is simply called as a double salt. So why it is called as a double salt and how it is prepared? First thing is, in this case, first what they do is they take into consideration of potassium sulfate डालेंगे हमें यहाँ पर. Okay, so first thing what they are adding over here is K2SO4, potassium sulfate. Okay, so first they add potassium sulfate in water. Let's say this particular blue solution is over here as a water. And second, in the same solution, what they do is they are going to add here a compound that is aluminum sulfate. Okay, they are going to add aluminum sulfate in this case. And after adding, what they do is they take a simple stirrer, यानी कि glass rod ले लेंगे, and we'll add over here a glass rod we'll take, and what we'll do is we keep it on stirring it very well. So after stirring very well, what will happen is after some time, you are bound to get a particular precipitate, and this particular precipitate what we get is going to reside at this particular junction or reside over here in this bottom area. Okay, and after that what they do is they take off whatever extra amount of water that you have. In this case they will take it off. Now this particular thing what you are getting here, okay, this particular precipitate what you get here is called as your potash alum. Now when you dry this potash alum, okay, and then you put it again into water, once we put it into water, what will happen is this potash alum will break down. It is going to get dissociated in order to give you potassium. First thing what it will give us is, once we put it into water, it is going to give me a potassium, it is going to give me aluminum. Okay, it will give me potassium ions, it will give me aluminum ions, it will give me sulfate ions. Okay, it will give me all of these ions into that solution where you have added potash alum. यानी कि क्या हो रहा है, डबल सॉल्ट जब हम पानी में डालेंगे तो वो dissociate हो जाएगा, it will break down into its constituent particles. Okay, on the other hand there are particular compounds. Now observe the compound carefully here. On the other hand there are the compounds such as, okay, such as, यहाँ पर देखो, I hope you can see that we are using a cobalt type of complex. Okay, so we are going to use cobalt complex here. Okay, cobalt chloride, Cl2 NH3 times. Okay, now you can see over here that there is a particular complex that is CO, that is cobalt, chlorine, ammonia, और फिर से यहाँ पर chlorine है, right? So what will happen is once we add such kind of complexes or such kind of system to the water, once it goes into the water, what will happen is it dissociates. But this time after dissociation, it will give you a test only for, यहाँ पर क्या दिखाई देगा हमें? Only a test for chlorine, and the entire section of cobalt, Cl2, NH3, that is 4 times plus. यहाँ पर देखो ये जो सिस्टम रह रहा है, this particular system is not affected upon addition into water. It will remain unionized. Such kind of system is called as a complex. So a complex is nothing more than a system which when added into water is not going to be completely ionized. Rather, it is not even going to give you the test for all the ions which are present into that particular complex. Okay, so such kind of thing is called as a coordination complex. Done. So I hope you understood what is a major difference between a double salt and a complex. A double salt is a particular compound which when added into water, it will dissociate, it dissociate or breaks up into the constituent particles as such as what we have seen here. Okay, as what we have seen in this case, potassium, sulfate, aluminum, right? So that was taking into consideration of a potash alum. And this over here is a cobalt chloride ammonia complex as what we have taken into consideration over here, right? So I hope you understood what exactly is a complex. A complex is nothing more than a compound which when added into water, it does not dissociate completely into its ions, right? So now shall we see the differences between these two? Okay, so when we see a differences between these two, let us first write here. So can you please take it down? Can you please write this down because I have not prepared a separate slide for this. So double salt will have a double salt at this end and we'll have a particular coordination compound. Okay, so double salts. Let's see double salt. When you put that particular double salt into water, what will happen is they will lose. Okay, they will lose their identity. यानी कि वो completely solvent form में चला जाएगा, completely dissociate हो जाएगा. Okay, but when we take a look into the coordination compounds, they do not lose they do not lose their identity. They do not lose their identity completely. This is the first difference between a double salt and a coordination compound. All right. So secondly, these particular things can exist only in the solid state because जब हम पानी में डालेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, पूरा का पूरा dissociate हो जाएगा. So they are formed only in solid state. Okay. While over here, what we have is they can exist in solid as well as in water or in any other solvent. Rather, therefore, they exist in solids and in solvents too. Okay, because they do not get completely dissociated, so they can you can say as they exist both as well as in solid as well as in a liquid state. Okay, here their property, what I'm speaking here is about the double salts. Here the property of the double salt, okay, are essentially as same as those components. यानी कि जिस component से ये बना है double salt, उसकी property उस components के हिसाब से ही रहेगी, same to same. Okay, so their properties are same as that of the components. Okay, well in this case what is going to happen is their properties are entirely different from the components. यहाँ पर क्या देखा था हमने, कोबाल्ट है, कोबाल्ट जो कनेक्टेड है क्लोरीन्स और अमोनिया से, राइट? और ये जो कॉम्प्लेक्स था उसकी जो प्रॉपर्टी थी वो completely different रहेगी when we compare to that of the entire complex का और components की properties बिल्कुल अलग रहेगी. All right, so their properties are completely different from the components. Okay, the next one is in double salt metal ions exhibit their normal valency. अब इस पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न को जानने के लिए हमको इन डेप्थ जाना पड़ेगा, जो बाद में आपको समझ में आ जाएगी. ओके, सो इन अ डबल सॉल्ट, in a double salt the metal ion exhibit normal valency. यानी कि the valency is nothing more than what is the capacity of that particular metal to form the bonds, right? So in a complex compound, what will happen is the metal ion, what we are speaking here, can have two different types of valencies, can have two different types. Can have two different types of valency, और उन दो different types of valencies को हम बोलेंगे as, the first one is called as a primary valency and the second one is called as secondary valency. Okay, so these are the two. So if possible, please do take a screenshot of it so that you can just go through afterwards and you can have the entire thing with you. Okay, so I would suggest you to take a screenshot of this particular section as well as a screenshot of this particular section over here, that is your coordination compounds. Okay, so these are the two things. So differences between what is a double salt and a complex we have seen now. Okay, so any problem anyone has here? Double salt यानी कि क्या है? Two different salts को हम ले लेंगे, we'll fuse them together, we'll heat it and then it is formed, and when you put it into water it dissociates completely, it breaks up into its ions. Coordination compounds are those particular compounds which do not dissociate completely in their ions, into their ion forms. Okay, so anyone has any problem so far? Did you understand? Okay, going further with the next one. Okay, so both double salts as well as the complexes are formed by the combination of the stable compounds in stoichiometric ratios. However, they differ in the fact that double salts are going to be dissociated into the simple ions, okay, when dissolved in water. Okay, however, complex ions such as the ferrous here, hexacyanoferrite, okay, what we have, do not dissociate into Fe plus 2 and Cn minus. So what are the important terminologies pertaining with the coordination compounds? So now here is the most important thing. Now, before going further, I would like to take into consideration of one simple structure. Try to understand this. Okay, so here, what shall we do is, let us say that here we are going to prepare a coordination compound. So for that, you should understand what exactly will be the structure. Okay, so let us say M over here will represent the central metal ion to which we are going to form the compound. Okay, अब यहाँ पर जो central metal ion compound, central metal ion जो है, ये क्या करेगा? This particular central metal ion will now form bonds. It is now going to form the bond with different atoms or molecules. Let us say these are the bonds which are going to be formed, something like this. Okay, now let's say these are the bonds which are going to be formed. Now, once this particular bond is formed, but with whom it is going to form? The bonds are going to be formed with atoms, okay, Here what we are going to have is an atom or a molecule or ions. So it can be an atom, molecule, or an ion. Okay, so once this particular bond is formed, depending upon the charge present on this particular metal, okay, let us say this particular metal was Fe. Okay, अगर Fe है, okay, ये particular metal क्या है? Fe है, तो Fe का charge तो जो था, let's say this Fe is present in its +3 state. Okay, so when it is present in a +3 state, what will happen is, let's see first what is the nature of this particular atoms or ions which are been attached. Okay, for a moment, let's say that this particular atom, what we are speaking over here, okay, this particular atom or an ion has a charge of -1. So let's take into consideration of of a molecule or an ion such as Cn minus. अगर Cn minus है तो कितने Cn minus है हमारे पास ब्लू कलर के? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So there are completely like a 6, correct? 6 Cn minus ions. So therefore, now what will happen is, in order to see that this Cn minus what we have are 6, but already the charge on Cn minus what we know is as -1. So -1 into 6 will become as -6, correct? So -6 +3, अभी +3 कहाँ से आ गया? ये Fe का है, all right? So when Fe +3, okay, so now Fe +3 is going to see that it is going to form the bond with Cn minus. How many Cn minus do we have here? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So -6 +3, how much will remain is the -3 with us, right? So the charge over here on the complex, यहाँ पर एक charge आ जाएगा complex के ऊपर, और वो charge रहेगा फिलहाल में इस example में वो charge रहेगा as -3, right? So in order to compensate this -3 charge on this complex, you are going to have one more entity. And that one more entity, what we are going to have is going to be placed right outside over here, the complex. And this entity should have a positive charge. यानी कि वो हो जाएगा, in this case, a metal. Let us say the metal such as potassium. So how many potassiums that we have here are another 3. Right? So now entire thing is neutralized. अब देख लेंगे इस particular section को धीमे से. All right? So this is your coordination compound here. So now let's see what are the different types of terms and terminologies. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, so first one, let's observe what we have is over here. Okay, so let's observe the first one, what you have exactly at the center. We call this particular thing as central metal ion. Okay, so it is called as a central metal ion. Okay, any problem? Now, second one, the central metal ion. First, we'll see what is the definition of the central metal ion. Okay, so central metal ion is an atom or an ion to which a fixed number of ions, groups, or atoms are attached. Okay, in a particular or a definite geometrical arrangement, and that is called as a central metal ion. Okay, so that is nothing more than, here the central metal ion is a metal to which certain number of atoms, ions, or molecules are attached in a definite geometrical pattern. Okay, that is called as a central metal ion. Second one, if we observe at these particular blue colors, so this blue color what we have here, these blue color ones are called as, okay, this particular blue color ones are called as nothing more than the ligands. Okay, so now ligands are nothing more than those particular species or those particular molecules or ions which can form the bond with the central metal ion. मगर कैसे bond form करेगा यहाँ पे, वो important है. Okay, whenever we speak about a ligand, remember this, that the ligand should have a tendency to donate the lone pair of electrons towards the metal ion. Okay, so it should have a possibility or capacity to donate lone pair of electron to the central metal ion. Okay, such kind of ions or molecules, we call it as the ligands. Okay, so these ligands can be atoms or molecules or ions. Done? Okay, so there are different types of ligands. These different types of ligands, we'll observe it soon. Okay, so now coming towards the next category, that is how many number of bonds the central metal ion has formed. So observing that condition in this case, can I say that the number of bonds that this fellow has formed, the central metal ion has formed right now is going to be as 1 from this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can I say that the central metal ion has formed 6 bonds with the ligands, right? And this particular number of bonds which is formed by a central metal ion, that particular thing, we call it as a coordination number. Remember this, it is called as coordination number. So what is a coordination number is the total number of ligand to which the central metal ion is directly attached in this particular entire sphere. We call it as coordination number. Okay, so that is called as a coordination number. So next section, if you observe in this entire thing, is called as the coordination sphere or sorry, coordination sphere. Okay, so coordination sphere is nothing more than when we look at the central metal atom or an ion, as in this case the metal atom, and the ligands which are attached to it in a square bracket, this entire square bracket what we can see right now, that particular segment, okay, that segment entire thing, we call it as a coordination sphere. तो फिर किसके लिए coordination sphere बोल रहे हैं? इस entire segment को जो हम देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, okay, this entire segment which has been closed in this which is closed in this particular square boxes, we call that particular thing as a coordination. It's called as a coordination sphere. All right, so a coordination sphere is a particular entity or a representation wherein the entire central metal ion and the different type of ligand which are attached to it are enclosed in that particular square bracket. These are called as a coordination sphere. Okay, so now, and on the other hand, if you observe it here, okay, if you observe the particular thing which was exactly opposite to this bracket in order to see that the charge of this particular complex was neutralized. What we had over here was a potassium. All right, so this particular potassium what we have here, this potassium we call it as, this particular potassium we call it as a counter ion. इसको हम बोलेंगे as counter ion. Okay, so it is called as a counter ion. So this is how you are going to see the entire coordination complex, an example how you can classify into different categories. Okay, so first one जो था हमारे पास था central metal atom. Central metal atom क्या कर रहा था? It was forming the bond with the ligands, right? So now one more thing that I need to discuss is what kind of bond exactly are these particular things over here. ये जो bond बन रहे हैं यहाँ पे, ये bond are called as, it is called as a coordinate covalent bond. Remember this, it is called as coordinate covalent bond. Okay, so coordinate covalent bond is formed between the ligands and the central metal ion. Now, what is a ligand? A ligand can be an atom, molecule, or an ion which can donate a lone pair of electron to the central metal ion with a view of forming a bond. Okay, so depending upon what is the charge which is present on the complex, if it is neutral, there will be no contra ion. If it is a positive, then there will be a negative contra ion. If the entire complex is negative, then there will be a positive counter ion. The number of bonds that have been formed by the ligands with the central metal ion, हम उसे बोलेंगे as a coordination number. All right, so we call it as a coordination number. A coordination number is how many number of bonds are being formed by the central metal ion is called as coordination number. Okay, so the next one was the ligands. What is a ligand? We have already seen. The central metal ion we have already seen. All right, so we'll speak into detail about what are the different type of ligands which are present. Okay, so coming towards how what are the different types of ligands. Okay, so in the first case, when we speak about a ligand, यहाँ पर ligand क्या कर रहा था? It was forming the bond with the central metal ion. Now, depending upon how many bonds one single ligand can form, we are going to see that that particular ligand is going to be classified into different categories. If the particular ligand has a possibility of formation of a bond with a central metal ion through a single donor. अभी single donor क्या हो रहा है? एक ही single group है, single group से इलेक्ट्रॉन जा रहे हैं मेटल के पास और वो particular bond form हो रहा है. All right. So in that case, we call them as, observe, I'll write down over here. It's called as uni. Uni यानी कि single dentate. Okay, dentate ligand. Okay, so unidentate ligand, in a sense, it is nothing more than a ligand wherein it is forming a single bond with the central metal ion by donating the lone pair of electron. For example, chlorine है यहाँ पर जो हम देख रहे हैं. Okay, and okay, so these are like NH3 है हमारे पास, that is ammonia. Okay, H2O, what we have over here again. So these are all called as unidentate ligands. On the other hand, if there is a ligand and the ligand has two donor sites, अभी दो donor sites कैसे हो सकते हैं? Observe करो, यहाँ पर एक example दे दूंगा मैं. NH2, okay, which is connected to CH2, which is connected to CH2, which is connected to NH2. Okay, so this particular thing what you see is called as 1,2 ethane diamine. Okay, इसको ethane diamine, ethane क्योंकि हमारे पास दो कार्बन्स है और दो अमाइंस है, diamine. Okay, ethane, ethane यानी कि two carbon systems. So therefore, in this case, what is happening? This entire thing, what you can see, that particular thing can form two bonds. From where it is forming two bonds? First one, the first bond is going to be formed from this nitrogen. ओके, ये वाला नाइट्रोजन जो है फर्स्ट बॉन्ड करेगा, ये वाला नाइट्रोजन जो है सेकेंड बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन करेगा. यानी कि अगर मैंने इसको यहाँ पर प्लेस कर दिया तो ये वाला क्या करेगा कि सेंट्रल मेटल आयन को दो तरह से बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन करने की क्षमता रहेगा, राइट? So it will form something like this. Okay, so these particular systems are called as bidentate ligands. Okay, so it is called as a bidentate ligand. So second one, what we have an example here. So you say category here is called as bidentate, or you can also call it as didentate ligand. Okay, so the didentate ligand. So if I have any particular complex, or sorry, any particular ligand which has a capacity of forming more than two bonds. Okay, or you can say as a which can have a capacity of formation of three bonds with the central metal ion or more than that. We classify them. We classify them. Okay, we classify them under the segment which is called as polydentate. We call them as polydentate ligand. Okay, so polydentate ligands are nothing more than those ligands which has a capacity of having three or more than three donor atoms. Okay, यहाँ पर एक एग्जांपल देख लेंगे EDTA, उसका फिगर में बाद में भी आपको दिखाऊंगा. Okay, so EDTA is called as an hexamine, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, so ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, so that we will see later. So anything that has a capacity of forming three or more than three bonds, we call them as polydentate ligand. Okay, most important for you people is now, most of the time this particular question has been asked in examination, so try to understand this. The next section is called as ambidentate ligand. Okay, ambidentate ambidentate ligand. Okay, so ambidentate ligand are nothing more than those particular ligands which have two donor site in the same molecule. Okay, it has only two sections and out of which one can form the bond at a time. For example, let's see an example here. Let's say that I have a ligand which is NO2. Okay, अभी यहाँ पर नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड है तो क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पर जब हम इस नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड को इस पर्टिकुलर जगह पर रख देंगे. Okay, let's say this particular thing is going to go here. Okay, so what will happen is at that particular time your nitrogen can form the bond with metal or your oxygen can form the bond with metal. Okay, so this is how it is going to act. So it is going to be as NO2 group can form the bond. It's actually a single particular group, a molecule, which can form the bond from nitrogen or from oxygen, not both at the same time. All right. So therefore, if I keep over here, let's say I have N, okay, I have oxygen dash nitrogen dash oxygen. Okay, so now what will happen is this particular thing what we have here. Okay, so it can form the bond from the nitrogen or it can form the bond from the oxygen. So therefore when it forms the bond through any one of this, of course the group has two donating sites but only one of them will be forming the bond. In such a condition we call them as ambident ligand. Remember this. Other example for the ambident ligand we can give them over here. We can give them over here as we have SCN minus, we have CN, that is thiocyanide and cyanide ions. Okay, in thiocyanide what will happen? Even the sulfur can form the bond or even the nitrogen can form the bond. In cyanides, what will happen is the nitrogen or the carbon can form the bond. Okay, so chelating ligands. Now, chelating ligands are those particular ligands. Next sector in the type of ligand is chelating. It's called as chelating ligand. Now, chelating ligand यानी कि क्या रहेगा? फिर से ligand ही रहने वाला. Those particular groups which can donate a lone pair of electron towards the metal ion in order to form the bond is nothing more than a ligand. Chelating यानी कि यहाँ पर क्या होगा? ये जो ligand है बहुत ही बड़ा रहेगा. It is going to be very big, complex, and it has a possibility of formation of a ring type of system. Okay, so यहाँ पर एक example ले लेंगे हम as an ethylene Okay, you can take that particular example. So whenever we have a di or a polydentate ligand which can use its more than two donating site to bind a central complex. अभी इसको explain करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे? For a moment, let us say that okay, for a moment, let us say that you are going to have a central metal ion. Okay, let's say this is your central metal ion here. And to this central metal ion, let us say that we are going to have a ligand. But what is the condition of the ligand? Is that it is going to be a polydentate ligand. Okay, so in order to get a polydentate ligand, let's say CH2-NH2. Okay, यहाँ पर है CH2-NH2. Okay, so यहाँ पर समझो इस पर्टिकुलर बात को. यहाँ पर एक बॉन्ड रहेगा इन दोनों के बीच में. आई विल फर्स्ट गोइंग टू शो यू द लिगैंड. दिस इज अ लिगैंड. यस, दिस इज अ लिगैंड. ओके, ये लिगैंड आ जाएगा हमारा पॉलीडेंटेड लिगैंड के सेक्टर के अंदर, या फिर हम इसको बोलेंगे एज अ डाइडेंटेड लिगैंड because it can form the bond from the two donating sites. What are the two donating sites here? First one is this nitrogen. Nitrogen is going to form the bond. Okay, so nitrogen will form the bond over here. So this is one bond formed, this is the another bond formed. Okay, so now can you see that this entire thing is going to form a ring like of system, a closed type of system. अगर यहाँ पर और एक आ जाएगा सेम वे पे तो फिर यहाँ पर भी एक आ जाएगा, यहाँ पर भी एक आ जाएगा, राइट. So in case if I'm going to have the same type of ligands in this case. So this kind of ligands, what you have seen so far, is called as a chelating ligand. So these are your chelating ligands. Remember, one important point of chelating ligand is that these chelating ligand will cause the entire metal to be more stable. अगर ज्यादा chelating ligands है तो ज्यादा stability आ जाएगी molecule के अंदर. Okay, so I hope you have understood these all the concepts for today. Okay, let's see now. So we have already seen what is a coordination entity. Okay, the coordination entity consists of the central metal atom or an ion which are fixed to a number of ions or molecules. Ions molecules यानी कि यहाँ पर ligand की बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, so for an example, cobalt Cl3NH3 three times is a coordination entity in which the cobalt ion is bonded or it is surrounded by three chlorines, three ammonias. Other example are such as nickel, of course, nickel tetra carbonyl system है, nickel tetracarbonyl. Okay, so central metal ion यानी कि metal रहेगा. Okay, so in the coordination entity, the metal ion or an atom to which a fixed number of ions or groups are bounded in a definite geometrical arrangement is called as a central metal ion, right? Ligands, these are the atoms, ions or molecules which will form the bond with the central metal ion in a coordination entity, right? यहाँ पर Cl minus का देख लिए थे हमने, ammonia का देख लिए थे, right? So when a ligand forms a bond with the metal ion through a single donor atom, it is called as unidentate. Unidentate के बारे में हम देख लिया था. Next आता है bidentate, right? So when a ligand binds through two donor atoms, as in ethylene diamine, ethane 1,2 diamine, is called as a didentate ligand. Okay, अगर दो से ज्यादा रहा तो उसको हम बोलेंगे as polydentate ligand. Okay, so EDTA ion ये polydentate बन जाएगा. It's an hexadentate ligand यानी कि ये इसके पास क्षमता है छह bonds formation करने की. Okay, next one. When a polydentate or when a didentate or a polydentate ligand uses its two or more number of donor atoms to bind a single metal ion, it's called as a chelating ligand or a chelate ligand. When number of such chelating ligand is called as a density of ligand. यानी कि कितने number of ligands हैं इसको हम density कहेंगे. Such a complex is called as a chelating complex and it will tend to make this particular complex more stable. Stability के बारे में भी हमने बात कर लिया था already. Okay. Ambident ligand, a particular ligand which has two donating sites and it can form only through one of them. Okay. So a ligand which can ligate through two different atoms is called as an ambident ligand. Okay, so this is what we have already seen. So NO2 के बारे में हमने example ले लिया था already. It can form a bond from the nitrogen or form any one of the oxygens. Okay, so EDTA का structure यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ पर ethylene, ये दो carbons जो है ethylene, diamine, tetra, 1, 2, 3, 4, tetraacetate. So ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, that is going to be your polydentate ligand. Okay, hexadentate. Coordination number, that is nothing more than how many number of ions the central metal ion has attached to, is called as a coordination number. Okay, so we are seeing one example over there. Now coming towards the next one. So coordination sphere के बारे में भी बात कर चुके हैं हम. तो coordination sphere, वो जो bracket था उसको हम coordination sphere बोलेंगे. Okay, so these are all what we have completed. पॉलीहेड्रॉन, कोऑर्डिनेशन पॉलीहेड्रॉन हम इसे कल देखेंगे. कोऑर्डिनेशन पॉलीहेड्रॉन एक्चुअली क्या रहेगा कि शेप रहेगा. ओके, it's a spatial arrangement of the ligand atoms to which is directly attached to a central metal atom. Okay, so if there are different kind of shapes such as octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar, triangular, bipyramidal or square pyramidal. Okay, यहाँ पर मैंने shapes दे दिए हैं. तो octahedral, please observe, octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar, trigonal, bipyramidal and the square pyramidal. Okay, we'll start with the oxidation number of a central metal atom tomorrow, not today. Okay, so anyone has any problem in understanding any of these concepts? You can share any of the questions if you have any problem, please. So anyone has any problem? No doubt. Okay. Are you following whatever I'm teaching over here for today? Because this is a coordination and actually it requires physical presence. If you have not followed anything, you can let me know. So anyone has any problem, please let me know if you have any problem. Okay, then shall we end the class for today? Okay, then take care. Bye.